All right. Hello, 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 great listeners of Believe in Your Better podcast. Today, I have this brilliant lady who has graced our country with her essence, her smile, her laughter. And when I say she graced us, I am talking in regards to her committed services through the United States. What is it? Air Force?
Air Force, yes.
Yes. See, I didn't want to say. I was thinking Army. I'm like, nope. It's
Well, I
Air
worked for the Army
Force.
too. I worked for the Army, then the Air
Oh,
Force.
now.
You're good.
Okay,
So
so
you
see,
had it.
look at her now.
Army
See
Air
how
Force.
she's dynamic. I'm telling you, she's dynamic. So I'm gonna read a little bit about her. Um, First off, her name is Bridgette Patterson. Thanks, Bridget, for coming on to my show. Look, I don't have that machine, but
Mhm.
Miss Bridget is a speaker, a resilient strategist, a creator of the 3 R's framework. And because she has 20 years of military spouse experience, she helps women and military connected communities navigate identity, healing, and life transitions with clarity, resilience, and purpose. Her message is rooted in one core truth: reset is not starting over, it's choosing to move forward differently. All right. Yeah. Hey. So your motto, your purpose, your drive automatically fits Believe in Your Better podcast. And hopefully at the end of this interview, we will have some not only inspired spouses and military communities listeners to feel, hey, I can make this next step. Other people who don't have the challenges of those who work and live through military communities, they think that they're stuck too and that there's no next step for them. So I'm very, very happy to have you on to my show. And let's get to it. So, you are going to explain to everybody who you are, where you are now, and then we'll go back.
Okay, perfect. I want to start by saying thank you. Thank you so much
Yes.
for the invitation to your show. The work that you do is it's imperative to our growth, not just those in the military community, but the civilian community as well. So
Thank
I
you.
thank you. Your work is very special to all of us. So
Thank you.
yes, it helps us take each step one day at a time. You
Mm-hmm.
are the one day at a time, the steps.
One day at a
So thank
time.
you. And sometimes it may feel like 1 second at a time, but but
Hey, if you got to grab it
the
that way to get some clarity, then grab it that way. Look,
yes, yes.
don't, it's no shame. Your steps are
Mm,
not my steps. So, hey, do what
mhm,
works best for you, but make sure that it works. That's the
mhm.
whole key, everybody. Make sure the steps you're taking are actually working for your better, not
Yes,
just sustaining that um non-existent life. So,
exactly. See, you have all the tools and resources we need.
thank you. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. So very grateful for you and the work that you're doing. So, I mean, you summed it all up, moving forward, reset. But you said that that's what I do each day, and it's a daily thing. It's not
Hmm.
a one and done, like hit reset, start from the beginning, because I don't even believe in that. Hit reset and take those skills, abilities, experience that you have and move forward
Hmm.
and do it different. You don't have to
Right.
do it the same way, and get the same result.
Right. We're
So,
always learning and evolving. It's not, like you
you,
said, it's not a one and done. You're constantly learning and evolving.
exactly.
Hmm. All right. So give everybody a description of how your platform, your strategies, your trainings help those in the military community.
Um, ooh, that's a good question. So, how has my tr so my father, I was actually born into the military.
Okay.
My father's retired Air Force, and so it's almost like I can say that's all I know.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so being born into it and then marrying into the military, and then now this new phase in my life working with the military, it's it has provided me definitely a world view of making your life the way you want it. I would say that.
Okay. Yes.
So because of the military, you get orders and you're told what to do, told where to eat, told where to sleep,
Mhm.
told where to walk, told not to walk, told told how fast to run, how many push-ups you have to do.
Right.
It's very regiment. And those
Mhm.
and with having those orders, that's more for the service member, but that spills over to the families as well, military families. And so as that spills over to the military families, it can cause identity loss. So that's
Mm.
something that I work
Okay.
with the spouses on as well, because you can be so focused on the mission and your
Mhm.
spouse, your service member, and what they have going on, because it's a lot. The military requires so much from our service members.
Okay.
Like I said, they tell you what to eat, sleep, but it's all for a purpose. It's because there is
Right.
a mission to accomplish. I mean, I totally understand that
Mhm.
to accomplish. So they have to have you dress right, dress, best in class, always ready. You're always
Yes.
on. But that
Yes.
transfers to the families. And that's where we have the issue. Because when you have a spouse who's always on, when do they get that chance to turn off and relax, or not even just
Mhm.
relax? You know, it's not always, you can't relax all the time. But when do you have that time to turn off? Like you're not always on. The mission's not always on. You got to go, go,
Mhm.
go, 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 go. And then losing yourself along the way. So that identity piece is key, because we can get caught up as military families in identity loss. Like our whole focus and our mission has now become the service members' mission. And so I talk to spouses who have given up careers, have given up I mean, you pack up and move. You leave
Right.
your family, that the only people you've known, your friends. I mean, they give it all up to for love, but they give it up, running away, in love, and is happy and everything is great, but can't lose yourself in the middle of that. So
Mhm.
oftentimes we have to have that reset. Okay, hey, that's their career. I can support their career without being fully submerged in their career, um, and move forward from there. I know I
Okay.
probably answered a lot of questions to me.
Well, um, a couple of questions I have. One, does that affect the male spouse just as much as it does the female spouse in that situations? Like for instance, the husband, he's the stay-at-home partner, and his wife is the one that's deployed or has a assignment here and assignment there. So his does he lose his identity as well? For us
Oh,
women, we kind of we follow suit with that pretty easy, right? We go, we do, we help, we are chameleons, if you will. But for
mm-hmm,
men, they don't necessarily have to do that
hmm.
as often. So is it hard for them as a spouse married to a serviceman?
Yes, I'm so happy you brought that up, because we do have a rising population of male spouses
Okay.
whose wife is in the military.
Okay.
Um, and so it is challenging.
Mm-hmm.
The ones who I've spoke to is very challenging, because now they're mom and dad. They're serving in dual roles. And then some
Okay.
even have careers outside the home, or they may work from home, or not even working, because they're constantly moving. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's already challenging for a spouse to explain their why you have like imagining this was a resume. Why? So you're at this job 6 months, this job 12 months, this job 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on here? Are you okay, ma'am or sir? But when they go in for that, I mean, it's identity loss, because you're a male, how a male can be designed, for the male role,
Mm-hmm.
male role.
Mm-hmm.
If you know the male spouse.
Position as a
Yeah,
man. Yeah. Okay.
yes. And so now you're everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you're so at home I have four boys, and it's mommy, 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 and that's just
Mm-hmm.
from one of them, my 5-year-old. But it's constantly mommy. And so when it's the father home, it's not dad, 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 dad. It's like, where's mommy?
Mm-hmm.
I hurt
Okay.
myself. Where's mommy? Who's going to cook? Where's mommy? Who's going to do this? Where's mommy?
Mm-hmm.
So I could see that piece there from even my having my own kids,
Okay.
decisions for school, decisions for healthcare, decisions what they're going to wear, who's going to do their hair, all that may come naturally to the mom spouse, but the father spouse has to even deal with that. But even in a
Right.
workplace, trying to explain to their supervisor, yeah, I got to go take my kids to soccer, or I got to go take them to the doctor, and I got to take the other one to, he missed the bus. I got to go back home, and I have,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right. Right.
I'm still only talking about three kids. I still have one more. So just thinking if those roles are reversed. So the dad keeping the children during the deployment or TDY. So I would say because of the makeup of how we have the homes in
Mm-hmm.
America, I can talk about our country, where the woman has historically stayed home
Right.
or even worked. Like I did both. I've stayed at home and I worked outside the home with children. And but for some reason and you know what, this is interesting that you brought it up because sometimes we may think that we're best for that role, but I think dads should stay home. Like, don't cut this
Well,
out of your podcast
it shouldn't
because
be foreign to them,
it shouldn't be foreign. Because,
especially if they have girls. It shouldn't be foreign to them that they have to comb her
yeah,
hair. Sorry. That's just my
exactly,
view.
exactly.
But tell me this though. Um, how, okay, so you didn't start off with this talent to be able to help the families integrate in a stronger, look, a more healthier emotional and mental way. So how tell me how your career started and it led you to this point.
Volunteering.
Okay. Okay.
So, within the military community, they love volunteers. Some are
Hmm.
voluntold, but we are volunteers.
Yeah. Look, I worked for the state of Michigan and you will get voluntold. Yeah, at a blink of an
Mhm.
eye. You walk in one morning and it's like, oh, hey, we're giving you this new caseload. Wait, what? I don't want what? I'm not doing this. I haven't even been trained. That's okay. We're gonna send you for training next week. Man. So look, we both experienced that.
Voluntold. There you go. So, but it works, and like it'll work well, to have that experience under your belt with those different caseloads. The same thing within a
Hmm.
military community. So,
Yes.
going to volunteer and getting trained because they train you in different things to go do different briefings. So that's how I started. With
Hmm.
I think it was Army Family Team Building.
Okay.
And so they trained me to be a master trainer, and I would go out and talk about the different teach about the rank structure. I would teach everything that had to do with the Army family, but not just, I
Hmm.
didn't just teach it to the Army families. I also taught it to civilians so they can understand the Army families. Different
Good.
protocols when you,
That is very good.
thank
Because look,
you.
your average person walking around in America, nope, they're not thinking nothing about that.
No, not at all.
The,
This is what we get off TV.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Army
Okay.
wives. So
But that's
that's
really
it.
good. Even for those of us, maybe we don't have anyone that we know that's in the military, but at least we know how we could help and serve to assist them. So that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yes, exactly. That's a good way to put it. So yeah, that's how I got started,
Okay.
volunteering
Okay.
with it
All right.
within it.
Okay. And so you saw that gap and you just stuck with it, huh?
Definitely. So, definitely saw a gap because it was so the curriculum that we had, it was almost foreign to the military spouses, the military families, and they were like,
Okay.
and they were eager to learn, eager for the
Mm-hmm.
information because it was teaching for the ones who are new to the military, but then also those who have been in it, and then those who are senior. Because even within the military, they're going through different seasons. So some
Mm-hmm.
spouses still work
Mm-hmm. Right.
full-time jobs, some are home with the kids, some work part-time. So you're just talking to them about, hey, this is what's going on. This is what your service members is working on, or their missions or their
Mm-hmm.
tasks, and this is how you can support it. Not
Okay.
losing your identity, but understanding the mission so you can support it.
Yes, yes, okay. So as you said they had you train on a master trainer's level so that you could go and speak to all of these different entities and like you said, the different stages that they're in How did that go along with your regular service? Because I'm assuming you had something that you were mandated to do, and you did this, like you said, on your free time, right? Because it was volunteer.
Yeah, so it's volunteer. So it actually led me to a job. So working with military families. And
Okay.
so I did other stuff. I worked in banking, I worked in business development. But what really stuck with me was working directly with the military families. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's well, I still volunteer. I'm like about to say that's how I stopped volunteering and started working, but I still volunteer. And then as far as the resilience piece, so through going out doing the briefings, even because we have curriculums, there was still a gap. And so what
Okay.
I did, as I said, we have to really meet the people where they are. Like I told you, there are different seasons. And so what
Mm-hmm.
I did was I started talking to military spouses and really working with those who were in those different seasons. It could be so you could have a military spouse that's 18 years old coming into the military, and then
Mm-hmm.
they have a baby at 19. Now they're like, and they have cats and dogs, and it's like, okay, wow, you got a lot going on, and you're still, in my mind, you're young. That's
Yes.
graduated
Yes.
high school, you just ran off and got married. Um, and not technically they didn't run off and get married, but that's
Right.
what I said. That's I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are babies. But so you have that's the season. And then you have
Mm-hmm.
those who marry when they're in their late 30s, and they don't have necessarily, they don't have children, they have a full career, they have education, and so they're coming new into the military. So although those are two new people into the military, they're totally different seasons of life. So talking to them
Yes.
about,
Yes.
hey, where are you? Where do you want to be? Let's get you
Mm-hmm.
there. Here's the bridge of how you can get there. Here's the different
Mm-hmm.
tools and resources. We're gonna have to hit reset. Is this working for you?
Mm-hmm.
All these different questions. I do a nice survey, but is this working for you? If not, let's get you to where you need to be. And this is how we do it. We're not going to start over. Not going to go back home. You're not going to meet for the first time. You're not going to
Mm-hmm.
do all that. We're going to start where you are. So
Okay.
what skills, talents, and abilities do you have now? What are you feeling? Where are you at? And then let's get you to where you need to be.
Okay. Um, so I have another question for you, but first I'm gonna tell our listeners how we met. So Bridget and I met in the mastermind with Eric Thomas. And so let's see, I'm in Michigan and are you in Florida?
Marilyn.
Maryland. Okay, you're in Maryland. But we would be on a 6 a.m. call 3 times out of the week. So we support each other, we help each other in that mastermind. And that's why now she and I are buddies here, laughing with one another, uplifting each other. So I want to know, do you use the flight assessment with
Mhm.
your people that's coming in? Like you said, you're meeting them where they are, but you know how military life is, but do you use the flight assessment to try to figure out what works best for that individual?
So I'm glad you brought that up because I don't actually give them the flight assessment. I should because I
Mm-hmm.
am certified, but
Okay,
I do
yeah,
it myself. So I say, oh, okay, flight attendant. Oh, okay, ground crew. Okay. So I speak that same language. So that they're
okay,
so key because if you, like I said, the different seasons, but it's also speaking their language.
okay.
So okay, this is what they need because it's a variety, but
Mm-hmm.
using the flight assessment is key because you can
Mm-hmm.
quickly identify, and it can change. And I should give them the actual assessment, and see so they can have that. That's another tool that, thank you, I
Mm-hmm.
put in my toolbox instead of me just knowing and doing my own. Not
How
that I'm
to approach
stereotyping, but
them. Yes.
yes, exactly, a
Mm-hmm.
quick assessment, and then how I speak to them and interact and what they
Right,
need, because some
right.
pilot, nope, don't need this da, 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 da. Okay, great, this is what,
Mm-hmm.
they're off to the races, they got it.
And
So
I
but
would
then it's
assume them
different.
adapting too, but because of
Mhm,
the moving and the
mhm,
shifting and the regiment of following the military rules,
mhm,
a lot of them have to adapt into another mode.
mhm,
And if it's too long of a time, then that's where you get that friction with each other. So, yeah, that just came to my head. I'm like, ooh, yeah, that's some work. So I wondered if you
yes,
used, okay,
mhm.
okay.
Yeah, and th those are
It's
really
good.
good points because they do have to adapt. Like you were saying earlier, like women being chameleons, that's almost, yeah, they adapt very quickly. And a
Hmm.
lot of times you can end up in a location where you don't want to be. You already don't know anybody there. You didn't want to go. And you're
Right.
like, why am I here? I'm just going to stay in the house the whole time.
Mm, yeah.
And
And
it's
then
easy to do.
that's depression sets in. Hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. But it's good though that the military is looking at that and having those options, that those services to assist.
They are. And they've done a lot better job with stability.
Hmm.
Keeping the family stable, and even those who have kids, you can request for stability as well. Because when you have a child having to move, when you have a child who's a senior high school,
Okay.
but that's how it used to be. It was
I
like, nope, you
know.
got to
And they
go,
would,
you know?
oh,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
And that's
So,
it's challenging being a senior in the same school. Can you
mhm.
imagine moving to a different state or country?
Right, right. And it's their last year. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay. Well, all right. So now give us a little background. When you meet certain spouses and they have lost their identity, how do you bring them slowly, help them discover themselves?
So I use a framework. We have it's a 5 step, but then the one my favorite is 3 R's. So
Okay.
in dealing with the 3 R's framework, that one really um, not necessarily reminds us of who we are, but that
Hmm.
shows us where we're at and what we're still holding on to. So that's key right there. But I do a lot of relationship building. I don't, but we go deep quickly because it's
Okay.
interesting. You know, in the military community, you meet somebody for the first time, and you may not even know their name. This has happened before. Will you be my emergency contact for my kids? They're like, yes. Okay, what's your
Oh,
name?
okay.
Because you have to have that kind of stuff in your school forms. And so,
Okay. Oh,
so some
wow.
you gotta go deep
Ooh,
quickly
good.
with
Think about
people.
that. And
Hmm.
if you're a grounds crew and this moving
Ooh.
like this, wait,
Hmm.
what?
Hmm. Yeah.
Say it again and say it slower. What did you say?
Exactly. So you have to look at those different, the flight
And how can
assessment,
I
the
look?
different
How can I check this again tomorrow? Because I'm pretty sure I'm not
requirements.
going to remember all of this that you just laid on me.
Exactly. Yes. And then you can see how some people they will some can just fall in and some detach. And
Hmm.
I understand it all. I'm like, I get it. You know, I'm not gonna fault
Yes.
you, you know, but
Yes.
if you where do you want to go and where do you want to be next year, this time next year, in two
Hmm.
years, in 3 years, in 4 years, then we're gonna have to make a change. We're gonna have to hit reset.
Mm.
So that's
Hmm.
the biggest that's one of the biggest things with our military community because
Okay.
they're highly educated, they're highly
Hmm.
adaptable, high flexible. I mean, I mean, it's just so many great things coming out of military community, but they're being
Right.
hit so hard with this identity and all those things are great, but when you're in it, you can't be in it too long. You
Hmm.
cannot be in it, be on all the time.
Right.
It's not healthy. Your
Right.
body starts to talk and tell you whether it's your autoimmune system, whether it's
Hmm.
stress, weight gain. I mean, you could just go down the list. Your body keeps score, like the book says, your body keeps score, and our bodies are
Yes.
not designed to be always
On.
on guard, on mission. Okay, gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do this, gotta do that. No.
Alert. Constant
Mhm.
alertness.
Constant
No.
alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now, in regards to self-care methods, does the do the bases that you all live on, do they have certain entities on the base, or do they have them? Okay, so like on college campuses, like this the college campus, but the outskirts of the campus are all these different businesses. Is that how the bases are? Like the outskirts have like a yoga studio, a painting with a twist over here, and you know, I don't know, the Buckaroo bar where they ride the little horse, mechanic bull. That's a stress reliever. Because it would relieve my stress. I'm gonna laugh at you while you do that, and and maybe get some chili fries or something. I don't know.
I would laugh. That is a stress. It sounds like a stress reliever. I saw someone fall off one recently, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I would laugh the whole time. I would get up there, I'll just fall off myself before I got started.
Right.
But places outside the base. It depends on who you ask. So being,
Oh,
are they nice places? Historically, they haven't been. Um,
oh,
Definitely on the
okay.
Army side. So right outside the
Yeah,
base,
they gotta
historically.
grow. They gotta
Yeah,
grow
yeah,
to that.
definitely. But
Okay.
on the bases, a lot of the bases are doing, they're doing new things as far as like walkable areas, like sidewalks,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so that
wow.
enables you to walk to the shopping. So it's a grocery store at a base, and then a place where you
Okay.
can get trying to like a mini mall
Mm-hmm.
on the base. You do your haircuts there. The
Oh,
military
wow.
kind of
Okay.
haircut. But
Okay.
some even
That's
have
neat.
nail salons, and hair salons. It just depends on the base you go to. So your
Mm-hmm.
larger bases are going to have more amenities, I would say. And they
Okay.
typically have a pool that the kids
Like a
can go to,
community pool.
a community pool. So
Okay.
their housing on base will have like a community pool typically, and then they'll have one at the gym. Some gyms have it, an indoor track, outdoor track. So there's amenities like that
Okay.
on the base.
Okay. So then how do you help them navigate through self-care practices that fit their identity? Not so much just a mom or yeah.
For my self-care practices, I always like to talk to them, just things outside of a spa, things outside of
Yes.
going to get your nails done and hair done.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
yep. To
Yes. Take a guitar class or a drum
yes.
class or something.
Yes, do
Yeah.
something you've always wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you're learning a foreign language, go try food
Yes.
from that, right? Go to a restaurant. So if
Okay.
you're like learning German, go to a German restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Immerse yourself in a culture, learn one of their dances, or get one of the outfits.
Yeah.
Oktoberfest is huge in Germany. I
In
was born in
Germany.
Germany. So
Yes.
I
Oh,
went to
okay.
Germany.
I have a
So
friend that never left the services, and when he got sent to Germany, he met someone over there and he had a kid, and so he stayed over there. So that's how that we all know about Oktoberfest,
there
and
you
yeah.
go.
And he's a
Exactly.
DJ too, so
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
he travels all over Europe. So yeah.
Yes. And traveling to different places, not just take you where the military assigns you, but get out
Right.
and learn. And even if you don't travel physically, just learn about that place, learn something new, learn something
Mm-hmm.
in your neighbor, go meet a new neighbor, just
Yes.
different things. These are self-care because this is building your emotional intelligence. This is building your overall wellness.
Very
Go take
good.
a
Yes.
walk. Go put your
Yes.
feet in some grass. I'll good for that.
Oh,
I need to go stand on
yes.
some grass. I
And
need
it
to be
just
one
feels
with the
so
earth.
comforting.
It,
It's
it,
just
it
so
really is.
comforting. Yeah.
Yes. And then another thing for self-care is just getting quiet, going outside, even if you don't put your feet in grass, but going outside to just be quiet and listen and see what you hear. Take
Mm.
your deep breaths and count to four. I love different breathing exercises, but when you get quiet, you can hear the grass. You can hear the AC running. You can hear a plane flying 20, 30,000 feet up in the air. You can hear the birds singing. You can just get really quiet till it's like silence and hear your own heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
It's self-care to me.
Yes, it is. It
Mhm.
is. Very good. All right. So that's good. So now do you get resistance? You get pushback from people as you're trying to help them? Look, I'm trying
And
to
you,
help you feel better.
and you know what? This was a lesson for me. I had to learn because I'm always like, people say I'm always excited. I'm like, no, it's joy in my heart.
There you go. There
That's
you
what it is. I'm
go.
not happy is fleeing. You could be happy, sad. It's joy. And so there are some people that said they want to help, but they were very resistant and didn't want it.
Hmm.
But it just wasn't their season. And I had to realize that some people don't want to be helped. And that was really hard for me because I'm like, oh my gosh, but even those who say they want help or even those who don't, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I want to help everybody. I'm like, oh my gosh, you can live the best life ever. And this is not just me saying like the
Right,
best life ever. It's like, no, actually, we could do this. And I've seen where I was and now the steps that I've taken and you can get there
right.
too. And you're like, so full of
Ready
joy
to
and it has
go.
nothing to do with a
Yeah.
great meal or a cold glass of water or a glass of lemonade or sweet tea is my favorites. But it's just like you can just have an internal joy and just be
Mm-hmm.
happy and satisfied and at peace, even though all hell is breaking down around
Right.
you.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
like, but you're just
Yes.
like, I am at peace with myself and with
Mm-hmm.
you in life.
Right.
But to get to that point, um, that some people will just resist it because for whatever reason, it could be their previous life experience. It could be just something
Yeah.
I don't know what
They're
that is.
stuck.
Yeah,
They've
and they're
been they've
stuck.
been in that tight grimace,
Mm.
uh focus on negative all the
Mhm,
time mode.
mhm. Yeah.
It was survival, but now that's just your plain stance. And so they do want to look, they want to have that joy and smile, but because that's they go to tighten up and
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
just
Yeah.
angry. Because if you ask them, well, what are you angry about? Well, I don't know. Oh,
Hmm.
you don't know why you angry? So then can we smile? Don't tell me you don't know why you angry because I'm gonna be like, well, okay then, well let's smile and laugh about something.
Hmm. Find something.
Right, shoes.
Hmm.
We put that to the side then. You sure you can't push it to the side? And we could
Hmm.
just smile a little bit. So
Yes.
yeah. And then they think I'm silly, so then yeah, oh yeah, you're gonna smile. So give it up, give it up. So
Hmm.
yeah, oh, okay. Now, did you take it personal when they were resistant?
I did. I did at first.
Oh,
Look, like my son would say, it made me sad. But
oh,
but I did, but I had to realize that everyone's in a different season.
yeah.
Everyone
Mm-hmm.
is is on a different path. And so all I can do is just hope for the best or pray for them and hope that, at some point, and it may not be
Mm-hmm.
me, because some people, so someone told me, they said, Bridget, not everybody likes you. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I wasn't saying I want everybody to like me, but but
And
you're
why
not
did
going
I
to reach
have to?
everybody.
Why did you feel I needed to hear that?
But that showed me I'm not going to reach everybody. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to
And
reach
it's
every
okay.
military spouse or every military family. Yes. And
Yes.
it's okay, and that's
Mm-hmm.
why there's so many of us on this earth, because there's somebody for everybody to connect.
Right.
And I had to just realize that and respect that.
Okay, so now let's ride that wave right there.
Mhm.
It's how many billions of folks is it? However many billions it is. You
Mhm.
have a specialty, I have a specialty, and there are people out here that's for you and
Mhm.
some for me.
Mhm.
So, knowing that that is a fact, how would you help those who are listening thinking that they're too old or well, I've been a housewife for all of these years, I don't know what to do, what's my purpose, I don't know.
Mhm.
What are you going to tell them to help them steer up their gift to move forward and believe in their better?
Oh, I love that believing you're better. I told,
Mm-hmm.
I heard Zig Ziglar's, he had a thing, it was on YouTube, and he said, somebody said, how are you doing? He said, better than good. So that's what I think of whenever I hear you're believing you're better than good. And what does that look like, for a spouse, who is just, or military family? I mean, it doesn't have to be a spouse. I've worked with parents as well,
Mm-hmm.
guardians. Um, what is that? What would I tell them? Um, I would tell them, believing you're better. What does it look like? I mean, I love that. I was like, better than good, better.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
what do you believe in? Go back to, what do you want out of life? What can you pull from this life? at the end of the day, I want everything this life has to offer. And I want
Mm-hmm.
that for others too.
Right.
So
Right.
just showing them what that looks like. Like he says, over eight. So there's this really cool museum in DC, and it keeps the ticker of how many people are born. And
Okay.
so it's like how many 8 billion. I'm like, oh, I wish I pull that up. But there is somebody um for everyone. I met this lady who it was at a job employment fair or something. And she
Mm-hmm.
had said, I have not worked my spouse's entire career. And he's been in for over 23 years. And she
Mm-hmm.
said, I've homeschooled, I've been with my children, and that's all I know. And I said, good for you. Because you at this point you know everything about your children, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I showed her because she was saying she's not fit for the workplace, and we walked the whole how a resume would read as she did. I'm like, that's project management, that's
Mm-hmm.
human resources, that's, I mean, we went down the whole thing. And then I said, you're so blessed to have had that time with your children, with your spouse, with your household, because now you have systems and structure. And we went over the
Yes.
systems and structure, and by the time we were done, and she was like, I'm like, you're more qualified than me for a job. But
Right.
meeting people, that's meeting people where they are. Because sometimes
Okay.
a spouse would say, you're like, hey, how are you doing? Oh, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm just a spouse. You are so much more.
Right.
What do
Not
you business? I'm
just.
just a spouse. Let me tell you who I believe you are. And I want you to tell me who you believe you are. And even if you can't tell me who you think I am, and then I'm gonna tell you we're mirroring each other because we're the
Okay.
same. And
Okay.
so meeting them, that's my thing of meeting them where they are. And did I even answer your question? But
Mm-hmm.
but meeting them right where they are, because when you could just see her light, the light in her eyes just flash like,
Mm-hmm.
I was more than a housewife. And
Yes.
I'm like, heck yeah, you're more than a housewife. I couldn't even do that
Yes.
job. I ran back to the workforce.
Hey.
4 kids? You want me to watch my own kids? No.
Like
Absolutely
heavens to
all day.
Betsy. What?
Oh my gosh. And then it's like never ending laundry. They're always hungry. They gotta learn their studies. They need new
Oh
clothes.
Lord.
It's like, oh
Mm-mm.
my
They
gosh.
would
And
be
I'm
the
just
helpers.
adult.
No, I would have to turn them into you're the helpers.
Yes. I'm like, please stay for adult conversation. So it's such a blessing to even have that conversation with those spouses
Okay.
who don't know how powerful, how amazing, how phenomenal,
Mm-hmm.
how just great they are, and
Mm-hmm.
just walking that path with them. And I mean, it could be from those who come in 18 years old and get married, or those who are. I talked to the lady, she was 87-year-old woman, and she had they've been married for 60 something years, and
Oh
he
wow.
retired military, and she is going back to school. And I'm like, to
All
do what?
right.
But I'm so happy for her because she's like,
Yeah. Just to have that gumption to go.
yes,
Absolutely.
she's going
Absolutely.
back. And she was like, I took care of the kids. And he was always going here, going there. He went to Vietnam, I think she said 3 or 4 times. And I was like, good
Oh
Lord.
wow.
And so she was like, and I would say, okay, I got this, I got this, I got this. And she said, but I didn't. She said,
Mm-hmm.
she was just, we were talking about the different trials and stuff that she went through. And it was very tough on her, but she felt that that was her place, that as a military spouse, that's what
Yes.
she had to do. And she didn't have
Yes.
the community like they have now. There's a lot of different tools and resources that spouses have in the military
Mm-hmm.
families, but she didn't have that. She said it was just her a ton of times in different locations by herself. And you couldn't call home like that. You could call
Okay.
collect,
Right. Oh yeah,
you
back in the day.
know,
First
write a
off,
letter.
everybody didn't even have a phone. I keep
True.
trying to tell my babies I work in the drug court. I'm like, you all don't know how like easy and blessed you have it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Everybody didn't even have a phone in their homes when we were
No.
coming up.
Mm-mm.
Everyone didn't have a television, everyone didn't have a car, and everyone did not have a phone in their homes.
Exactly.
And that
Mhm.
sounds like something weird right now today, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
They're like,
They,
everybody has a phone.
it wasn't a TV in the house. Not one. There were
Hmm.
lots of homes that were like that.
Hmm.
And heaven forbid that you had just the black and white one. What?
Yeah. Hmm. Have a radio.
Okay, all right. So tell me, come on, Bridget, give them a few resources that someone that's not they're not aware of. They haven't been what I want to introduce to those new services that you guys offer. And they might be what look, I don't know the term. So let's say that their spouse is not in service now, but they still have access to military resources, right? So okay,
Yeah.
what are some of the resources?
So for active duty and retired, they do fall in different lanes as far as
Okay.
resources, as far as the ones I'm going to bring up, like military life consultants.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our counseling side. So like the work
Okay.
that you do.
Mm-hmm.
And they can call them for anything. Unless they do have a duty to tell if you're going to harm
Oh
yourself.
yeah,
So
of
pretty
course.
similar to
Yep,
what you
that's
have.
every all of us. Yep.
Mhm. So, but other than that, yourself or someone else. Let me make that clear.
Oh, definitely.
Yourself.
Homicide, suicide. Yes, we
Mhm.
are reporting said activities.
Yeah, there you go. Much said it
Yes.
much better than me. But so, but they are key. You can even call and ask them where the nearest Starbucks is. And
Oh
they're available
wow.
24/7. So you get 12
Okay.
free sessions. And it's for not just for it's for each occurrence. So you can have they can do career counseling, they can do marriage counseling,
Mm-hmm.
you can do self-counseling, you can your children, they even have family counseling and then separate ones for the kids.
Okay.
The Stephen Cohen Clinic is also another one that's good. They do a lot of telehealth. And so that's key for, especially, if you have a child or you want to do something on your lunch hour,
Mm-hmm.
they'll work around your schedules with you. So those
That's
two are
good.
really good.
And that's really neat.
Yeah.
12 sessions for every
Hmm.
occurrence. So the first 12 anxiety, the second 12 career, the
Hmm.
next 12, oh, I'm depressed.
Hmm.
Use those resources. Don't,
Exactly.
oh, well, I just did it once. I don't want them to say I'm depressed. Just let it say
Hmm.
what it says and you do the work.
Hmm.
That's it.
Well, like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let it do what it says and you
absolutely.
do the work.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that is so important, especially for the spouses and then the children, because like I
Mm-hmm.
said, the service members they have a ton of resources that
Okay.
they have, but the spouse and the children may or may not know what resources are available or feel comfortable going to utilize those. So
Okay.
those are my top two. Get in touch with the military life consultant,
Mm-hmm.
and you can also access they can access that off Military One Source as well, or call their local whatever branch they're in. They have military
All
life
right.
consultants.
That's
Get
cool.
involved in the community. That's key.
Mm-hmm.
They have stroller clubs. Even if you don't have a kid in a stroller, push your dog.
Right.
Look, get out there.
They do push the dogs around now, don't they?
They do. Just get out and meet somebody new. I would say meet someone new every week. Let that be a challenge. Challenge yourself to get out and meet someone new because that helps with your communication skills, but also helps with relationship building.
Mm-hmm.
You may have the title military family or military spouse, but they're all so totally different. And it's just great to get out and meet someone and hear their story without having to explain what a military person does. I think a
Yes.
lot of military people will shy away, even from the civilian community, because it's like
Mm-hmm.
you always have to explain, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you do that? Why?" I have
Mm-hmm.
no idea why I go from place to place, just following along,
Duh,
like
because
leaving
I'm going with
everything
my man. What are you talking?
but
Why? That's why.
and starting over. So.
Duh. I'm his backbone. What? That's why. Luckily, I like to travel. So, hey,
There
let's
you
go.
go. Yeah.
So that okay, yeah. Oh, that's a tender life on both sides.
Hmm.
Especially our military folks. Me not under so, and this is way before I thought about being a counselor or anything. My head process, I'm like, when the military people come home, they should have like 6 months to themselves on a beautiful ranch. I don't know,
Hmm.
island where it's just them. They just chilling and relaxing to get all of
Hmm.
that fuzziness out of their heads and
Hmm.
get some mainstay, right? That was what I thought. And people would, Dana, who's supposed to pay for that? I was like, well, that's what the taxes are for, right? And they're like, we're not gonna let you be in charge of the money.
You gonna be doing the budget.
Right. Because I would be doing that. Oh, wait, where was he at? And he
Mhm.
did what? Oh, okay, here you go.
Mhm. And that is so is so needed. And even
Yes.
something that whether they deploy or not, that PTSD trauma and it's real and it
And the
affects the families as
stringentness,
well.
the look at us, how we are. Look, we so spoiled. I just think we're spoiled. So when folks tell you, like you said, voluntold, like, hey, this is what's happening. There are no weekends off for the next 30 days. Girl, they
Mhm.
want to burn down that business, right? And and the military folks, they home 3 days, and it's like, we
Mhm.
need you over here real quick.
Yeah,
So, and
yeah,
you're gonna be
exactly.
gone maybe like 90 days. What? Wait a minute,
Mhm.
no, I thought I was home for it.
Mhm.
So, yeah, oh, so,
And it varies, 90 days, it could be 6 months, it could be a year,
mm-hmm,
it could be 15 months. I mean,
right,
it is challenging. And what happens during that time? You're missing so many holidays and birthdays. You're missing your baby's first walk, your college kids graduating
yes,
from high school or college. You're just missing
mm-hmm,
the birth of your child, the death of a loved one. I mean, it's a lot.
yes, yes,
And the
yes,
mission continues.
mm-hmm, right, right, right. I guess maybe the little bit of grace because the way the phones are now and you can
Mhm.
FaceTime each other, that's a little something, yeah, to help
It
them
is.
out.
Seeing
Okay.
a lot of births on FaceTime.
Oh, okay, all right. So,
Mhm.
um, so now you did your stint and then you transitioned into your position today. Okay, all right. So for those of the listeners now that's listening to, I think me and you, we got that. Hey, I can have a phase two and a phase three if I want.
I
That's
love
how
it.
it goes. But for
Mhm.
those who they're stuck, they might, like you said, be, let's say they're 50 and they're about to retire from one area of life and go into this new phase, but they're scared to take that jump to go back to school at 50 or um, take up a new hobby. So, how
Mhm.
would you help that person to take those steps to move into a new part of life?
Okay. Can you see me? I'm jumping. Jump right in. And I jump
Jump,
with both
jump,
feet. You
jump
can't see
right
my feet, but
in.
I did. Both feet jump in. I was an overthinker for years, and sometimes
Mm, yes,
I fall back
ma'am.
into that overthinking.
Me
Well, what if
too.
this happens? What if this happens? Ooh, what if this
Mm-hmm.
does? Oh, what if this? I mean, I got a plan A for the plan B for the plan C, all the alphabets. And so, and nothing, I'm not even moving forward. I'm just all in
Mm-hmm.
my head. And so it was interesting how you said go back to school, get the education, because I actually went to the education center today. And I was like,
Okay.
I'm going back to school. And they're like, for what?
Okay.
I don't know. You tell me. But that's what you have to do.
Okay.
Reinventing yourself, however you call it. It's just moving forward. Hit that reset, operation reset button. It's time to hit
Mhm.
the reset and move forward. Do something to do it differently. And it's
Yes.
okay. Because
Yes.
it's there's a proverb, it's what is it? Faith is taking the next step even though you don't see the staircase or something.
Um,
Something like that. It's
oh, it's Hebrews, isn't it? 1 and 11, I do believe. I think
oh, you're doing
it's
the faith,
saying faith is,
it's the
yeah,
substance of things hoped for, that one. That one's
and
good
not,
too.
and
Yes.
not seen. Yes.
Yes. And so faith,
Mhm.
just believing. I mean, so when I had to make myself, so when we were in class, were you in class that day when they said, Bridget, maybe because I like to help people. So my thing was like, I always help people. Oh, I just love helping people. And I can do, if somebody says, hey, they need this done, I'm there and I get it
Mhm.
done. But for me, I'm like overthinking and all this stuff. What if this? And then don't get anything done. They said, well,
Right.
think like you're talking to the other person, act like this is for them.
Right.
And so were
You're
you
the
in the class
client.
that day?
Yes.
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 And I
Yes.
I did that 5K the next day. I
Yes.
read
Yes.
it. That's what
And
I
then when
wonder if
because
you
you
were.
said I just did a 5K for somebody else, and I'm like, okay,
Can
wait a
you
minute,
believe that?
is she? When I saw it, and look, it was early in the morning, and I'm like, is she joking or did she actually? So then I
I
kept
wish it
looking, and
was.
I'm like, oh wait, no, she is in a race. I'm like, what in the world?
So for me, I would have walked. I would have been like, okay, you know what? I haven't worked out in a while.
Yes,
I'm just, and
yes.
then when I'm looking at my phone and it's like, I'm like, man, how much longer, how far do I have to go? And I was like, who is this? And I kept looking at my bib. I put that number in again, probably like 3 or 4 times, and it was someone else. I said, oh Lord, well, let me finish this race for her because I
All
don't know if she
right.
broke her
Oh
leg. I don't
wow.
know if something
So
happened to her.
you
I don't
doing it
know.
up for her.
So for all your millions of listeners, if you can't do it for yourself, if you can't reset for yourself, reinvent for yourself, act like you're somebody else that you would do it for, because that's what
All
I had to do.
right. Oh, see,
But if you
hey,
can do
now
it for yourself,
there's a strategy, a self-care
that
strategy, right? Until you can pop and be like, well, wait now, I am doing the thing, but I'm doing it for her.
hmm
So why won't I do it for me?
hmm
Mm,
hmm
all right. Yes, there
yes,
you
I
go.
ran that race and I
You
finished. It's
sure
probably her.
did.
She probably has a PR for me. Her best. Her best record. I was like, I gotta finish this race. Oh my gosh. She probably missed her flight. And she couldn't make
Oh
it. I was
Lord.
coming up
Right,
with all
right.
kind of
You
stuff.
all your scenarios. Push it, push it, push it. Very
Yeah.
good. Very good. Okay. All right. So now,
Mhm.
after you all listen to this episode, you should not be doubting yourself, your movement, your efforts anymore. Yep, you can be hyped, hype, but you're gonna keep that spirit for yourself. It's a spirit. It's not just hypeness right now. Nope, it's a spirit. So grab a hold to it and move through it. Yay.
Yes.
Yes, believe in your better.
Believe in your better. And that is just that just sticks with me. And Bridget, put your name, Bridget, comma, believe in your better.
Yes, there you go.
hmm
And what's the first word? Believe.
hmm Exactly.
Believe.
hmm
And why can't it be you? If I did it, what that mean? If I did it, everybody can do it.
hmm
Period. That's what that means. So
hmm
I'm not better than anybody. You're not better than anybody. So we did it. So that means everybody can do it. All
Yeah.
right.
Every day. Put on the
Every
sticky
single
note.
day. Every
Bridget, believe
single
in
day.
your better. Mhm.
Thank you, Miss Bridget. Thank you. Now listen, oh, give out your information. How do you want people? Because I know there's some military people, and I want you all to put it in the comments so Miss Bridget can know that there was some military, active military people and their spouses that were listening to her great tips and scenarios. So how can people find you?
So they can find me at www.bridgettepatterson.com, but also on YouTube at We Have Orders. And
Okay.
so on there, we really break it
Ooh.
down and go through the different steps. In the different seasons that the spouses may be in,
Mm-hmm.
and given different tools and resources on resetting your life.
Okay, all right. And let me know anytime you need some help. You want me to do a workshop, do some training with you, just let me know.
I
Send me an
do.
email, send
I
or
will.
text me.
I will. Thank you. Thanks
Yes.
for the opportunity to share.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, you're welcome.
Thank
More
you.
than welcome. After you told me what you, oh, I'm like, oh my God, you got to be on my podcast so you can share that with people.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. So
It's so needed in our communities, all the communities.
hmm. Right, right. Yeah. Because somebody listening at a coffee shop and they're like, oh, wow, let me tell my aunt, let me tell my friend. So,
hmm
hmm. All
Definitely.
right. All right, good people. So let us end this episode. And I hope this has helped at least one person to move towards their better. All right.